Hey, good morning, gang. This is Mike over here at Holy Smokes, and joining us today is Tony Gowan, Willie Israel, and Carl Wood, and we're just hanging out, fixing to do a little bit of smoking, some cigars. Tony brought us some Camachos today. I think we got some Dirty Alices and some jalapeno poppers maybe we might get into. So if Willie starts crying here in a minute, you know it. And then we got the old man that just had to go with the pipe. He's just too eloquent for us, right? He just uptown and fancy. Welcome, Tony, man.
Well,
Glad you're here. So
man,
Tony has showed up today. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have some fun.
Yes.
But tomorrow night, Tony is going to be able to give his testimony. We call it Battle Scars. You've seen online there at the Remnant at Treehouse Fellowship, 6 o'clock Saturday night. And so we're just going to give you kind of heads up on that, talk about these cigars we got, and I don't know, just have a good time. So let's get into it. So
yeah, this was good. I'm excited ever since Mike's been trying to get me to come up here for 2 years or longer to live.
Yeah, we need good men. Come on. Everybody's watching. Need a new church home. Want to get into some leadership, do some preaching. Come on, we need you.
But that Battle Scars, when you put that out there, it's like, oh man, that is so good. That just because all of us got them. I mean, and knowing what I know now with Daddy God, it is. Man, I don't know not the right word. You put that every scar has a story, and we have to get those stories out. I mean, we can't keep what God's done silent or secret.
That's kind of it, right? I mean, a lot of times when people talk about or think about evangelism, apostle, the apostolic office or whatever, they think of theology and this and that and whatever. Which, to some degree, that's it, because doctrine's important, right?
Right.
But man, I know after Quest, like when I actually really got honest and real about, my past hookups, hangups, hurts, and all this stuff, whatever the people say. I remember when I finally spoke to that group of men, the, ex-special forces, all that guys, PTSD on the job shootings, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I was just real. Right.
Right.
Of course, I teared up a little bit because talking about things that you'd spent most of your life burying, and having freedom from that is pretty important. But then, oh my gosh, I've never seen so many grown men. I mean, crying and snotting all over the place. I was like, what in the world?
Blowing bubbles out their nose.
But the thing is, radical transformation, right? Whew. Radical transformation. And we've seen that over and over with the Remnant, which anybody wants to get involved, you want some real men stuff. Now, it's not uncommon for us to smoke cigars or for me to blow things up or wreck something. Right? Right. So come on down. If you got some, debt cord or something, bring it. It's fine. It's no problem.
Elijah called down fire. So come on.
That's right. Come on with it. We got some Gatling guns and
there you go.
Some machine guns and man, this is just almost starting. No wonder they called us a cult. I guess. There we go. Yeah, we don't have a compound. We don't have a compound.
No. It's.
But anyway, from that's how this thing got started, right? So. And man, all those men are still pretty close now, right? I mean, we still communicate, we do stuff together.
Yeah.
And so that's where we came up with this Battle Scars deal. Man, every scar has a story, and every story brings God glory, right?
Exactly.
And so the thing is, it's just about being real, right? And so what used to be, and you can tell us about this, but this is the way I felt about it once we went through that process, is what used to be your guilt and your holdup and your shame and the thing you just, some guys are suicidal about it. That thing that used to be that deal, that weight, that bondage, is now the thing that brings the most freedom and glory ever because you wear that thing like a badge of honor,
Exactly.
And so, I don't know. What do you think?
Because I know when you always heard when you're younger, men don't cry. They hide their feelings. You don't talk about crap. You confess it to God. And nobody needs to know it.
Put it in a box.
Put it in the closet. And take it to your deathbed.
That's right.
And man, that for me, it did nothing but literally cripple me. I mean, I do got some health issues, but I was to the point where I couldn't walk hardly. I couldn't hold my head up. I mean, there was a lot of, I mean, it just, I mean, and, you know, talked about the PTSD, and then, you know, you go to Quest and you sit down in a room with 20-something men, and they're like this, and it's like, oh, this ain't good.
Man, I didn't want to do that. I was like, man, here we are. I drove 700 miles, paid $700 to sit around with a bunch of dudes and sing Kumball Y'all, you know?
Right,
But
right.
it wasn't like that, was it?
No,
man.
no,
I mean, it was battle-ready stuff.
I mean, it was. I mean, from the moment you drove in that gate, it was work.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was. I mean, after going through that and seeing some of the guys even afterwards and just looking at me, going, dude, you don't look like shredded hamburger meat anymore. And
Well, that is a total different guy. I want to tell you what, man. From the day you walked into that place, I mean, you were just kind of holed up and curled up in the corner, you know?
yeah,
And now, I mean, man, you guys got all kinds of stuff going on. Mercy Hand Ministries. You can tell me about that a little bit. Adult Teen Challenge, and I mean, just all kinds of stuff.
yeah. I mean, after that, God has got me going 2 to 3 times a month all over Texas,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, New Mexico now.
Yeah.
And it's men, women, children's rehabs, adult and teen challenges, 13-year-olds to whatever.
Man,
ages.
addictions, abuse,
Anything, any
forgiveness, redemption,
forgiveness,
freedom,
yes,
all
freedom.
that stuff, right?
It's I mean, it is so good to be able to. Somebody said that we were like, I can't remember what they called it, like snipers or something, that going in unannounced,
yeah,
and the enemy don't know it, that we slap them around and we leave.
that's right.
You know, and you know, you're there for 5 hours, and the thing is, and you know this, you can look at the eye,
Oh, you can see it.
scan
You
the
learn to see
room,
it.
and I'll even tell them. I said, I'll like the last group of ladies, there's like 53 ladies. I told them, I said, I see nothing but pure evil, darkness, shame, guilt. I said, but Jesus is walking around in the house right now, and he's fixing to take all of that away from y'all.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm expecting great things to happen
4 or
Saturday.
5 hours later, I mean, they're jumping up and down, dancing and praising God, and we'll even get reports later, which is great, because we kind of want to know. I mean, what's going on after you leave? You
Sure,
know,
sure.
you drive, you know, 3.5, 4 hours to get to a place, and then you leave and go home.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to these people? You know, one lady, 18 years old, rescued from sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Well, you know, she's not only happened to like overcome sex trafficking, but they dope you up.
Mhm.
So now
Got an
she's got an
addiction issue,
addiction now to get over. You know, I met one young lady a couple of times. She was, I think, 20 years old, had two babies. Neither one of them was over 2 years old yet. She went to the store, left the babies with her uncle. When she got back home, the uncle had killed both the babies and killed himself.
Oof. Where's she now?
She's going around Oklahoma and other states giving her testimony, talking about how great God is.
Oh, see, there you go. Right. There you go. That's awesome. Now, Tony and I have known each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
We met each other at the Quest Ranch in Texas.
Yes.
And it's just been, man, it's been on ever since. But then these two guys, poor guys, they don't have any idea about this stuff, right?
Right.
Both these guys, Willie and Carl, are both, here with us at the Treehouse Fellowship, and then the Remnant study we do here.
Okay.
The Remnant men's group here. So they hadn't really witnessed all this craziness yet. Hopefully they'll still come back the following Sunday. We'll see what happens.
They will. They
But
will.
We're glad to have them. We're glad to have them. So what do you think? You got? I mean, everybody's had something they've had to get over. I'm sure you've got stories too, right?
We all got stories.
We all got stories. That's right. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. And so,
No.
I don't care what you got. It's not too far for God's redemption. And there's nobody here that hasn't been there, done that, and got the T-shirt. So, and I know as old as you are, you got lots of stories, and I know I've witnessed them because that's the old man. I grew up watching his story. I'm gonna tell you what, none of y'all got nothing on him. I'm just, if God can save this dude, there's hope for anyone. No, I'm just kidding.
That is good. That is good.
I'm just kidding. Well, listen, seriously, what do you? I mean, what would you tell somebody a Saturday night? Because nobody up here really knows what's going on. Who do you think this is for? You think? Who would benefit from this?
Anybody that's living in any kind of fear, I don't care how big or small, of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness it's a sin.
Yeah.
And God says, you can't forgive, I can't forgive you.
Ooh, that's heavy,
that's in
man.
that's in His Word.
Man, I thought you were going to sugar this up a little bit.
But
because y'all know me, I put sugar on everything. I'm always,
Right.
I never,
Right,
I don't step on toes.
right.
It's just kidding. Y'all know.
Because when I was at Quest, I mean, he set me down. I thought I was going to get to go to this hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking off. He said, "Go." Holy Spirit said, "Go this way. Take the path on the right." And there's a hill with some big old trees. Next thing I know, there's a barbed wire fence, and it's the corner of the property. And he said, "Get in the corner and sit down." And
God sent you to the corner.
Yes, He did, for a very long time
God
that
put you in
day.
the corner. Yep.
And
Yeah.
it was life changing.
Yeah, it was.
You
Yeah,
know,
it was.
I know, listening to y'all on Sunday, that you've shared with them, it's not who we are, but whose we are.
That's right.
And He let me know that day.
That's right.
Whose I am.
That's right. Who we belong to dictates
Exactly.
how we behave. And, I'll never forget, he's like, I don't understand it. God told me to lead men. And for a long time, Tony's like, I ain't done that. And then for the longest time, I was like, I don't know. And then one day, and then here you are. Getting it
Yeah.
done.
I
I mean, radical transformation, though, right?
men's
Those things
rehabs everywhere, and men, I've gotten phone calls from people I don't even know at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, are you up for a Jesus talk? I know you don't know me and I don't know you. And I'm like,
come on.
let me get a cup of coffee and we'll talk.
You talk first and let this caffeine soak in.
Exactly. And then being on the phone for 4 hours talking to them.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. Okay, so Saturday night at the Treehouse.
Yes.
And if nobody knows, if you don't know where the Treehouse is, it's 3 Canyon Drive, Mayhill. Where the wood shop is, we're having this thing in my wood shop because we hadn't built
Amen.
a church yet. We're waiting for Tony to move up here and help us do that. And
I'm waiting on God. I know He wants me to, but I have to finish what He has me doing.
I guess
right
we'll have
now.
to deal with regularly scheduled trips right now.
Right.
And we didn't even talk about any cigars. Tony brought us up. I got this. The guy. What's the name of that cigar store? The tag him.
Tobacco Lane.
Tobacco Lane, and where's that at?
It's in Weatherford, Texas, on the square.
Weatherford, Texas. Owner's a believer. And he sent us up some of these. It's really good stuff, right? This is Camacho Triple Maduro. I've never had one. And I'm typically not real fond of triple Maduros, but this one's good.
I tore my label off, so I don't know what I got.
I know you got the Connecticut because I was eyeing it before you grabbed it.
Okay, there's some more in there.
You like that one?
Yes, and the thing is, you mentioned about leading men, talking to him and telling him about coming up here, what we're going to be doing, and what what God's had you doing, and he goes, well, we need to talk about having a men's group here in the cigar store.
Oh, I like that.
On Thursday nights.
We'll bring them into the Remnant. I think you're about to plant one in Weatherford or Peaster, aren't you?
Well, I think it's going to be right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I went down the wrong road. We're at Quest where Daddy God said, I want you to do this, but you're not going to ask permission no more from anybody. And he goes, from now on, you're just going to do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
And
so, you're going to get me in trouble, you know that, right?
But
Could I already got in trouble for smoking cigars at the church, and now we're putting a church in a cigar store. So I'm okay with it.
Hey, well, Jesus,
you okay with it?
I'm with it.
You okay with it? All right.
Well, Jesus called that little short tax collector out of the tree to to have dinner with him, and everybody threw a fit about that. What are you doing going in there to that low life? You know, like going there and telling him about salvation.
That's it. That's it.
That's
It's about
what's
freedom, not about
yeah.
not about condemnation. I mean,
No.
well, I mean that's real too. But all right,
It's-
well, I tell you what, we got. It's a different kind of deal, and so this is the first time we've ever combined the remnant with the Treehouse and the ladies and everything else. And so I'm going to try to
that's
calm it
gonna be
down a little bit
exciting.
because I already got. Man, they gave me a hard time about the new T-shirt. You know, we're going over that book. It's Good to Be a Man, right?
Oh.
And you know how I mean, it's
Great book.
You know,
Read it.
Yeah, read it. Good to Be a Man by Michael Foster. Yeah, we're plugged. That one's for free. The next one costs you $150. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
But so he said something in there about, you know, guys not being what was the word he was using? But effeminate. You know, like. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
We're not
I
gonna get
can't
into that.
remember
Okay.
that because there's
So-
a few words that they were chose. But anyway,
but
read the
so-
book.
So, yeah, just read the book. But he said something about saints with balls, right? And,
Exactly.
And I was like, wow, okay. And so I'm
It's-
like, because you know our logo, right? It's the lion and the swords, and it's like battle ready, right? You know, this kind of thing.
Exactly.
And so I want the new tagline, the new T-shirts to say, unapologetically creating saints with balls. And I got outvoted. I got shut down. But I was
Wow.
going to make them anyway. So if
Hey,
y'all want some,
hey,
right, click like, click submit, order your shirt. We'll get your size. We'll send you one because I just think it's awesome. So
There's no shame in that.
no shame in that. And so Saturday night, 6 o'clock,
Yes, come.
right here at the Treehouse. Come and join us. We're going to feed you. We've got food and everything else going to go on. It's going to be a good time.
It
And
is. It
everybody's
is.
welcome. You don't got to be a member of a church. You don't got to be a believer. You don't got to wear a tie because I'm not. Man,
Well, Jesus already made us all a member.
you're
in one body.
already a member, one
So,
body, that kind of deal.
yeah.
And really, we're hoping to be kind of crowded in here. So I think the only prerequisite is you bring your appetite and take a shower because we're going to be in here pretty close. So
There
as
you
long-
go.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you ain't stinking. So
Exactly. It's if you want freedom, come.
that's it.
That's what it's about.
It's that time.
It's shake it off and move on.
That's right. Everybody's got something. Now it's time to do something about it, ain't it?
Exactly.
Walk away from
Get
it.
up out of the chair and because everybody got a story, and you know, well, that they can't say, well, that's not my gift. But the thing is, everybody's supposed to do the work of an evangelist.
That's right.
So-
And if you got a good cigar, bring it. We might sit down and have one afterwards. So come on out.
Definitely.
We'll see you guys in. Click like, subscribe, and hope to see you there.